Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a voiceover, something that I haven't done in a very long time, but I needed to get on this topic really fast. I ain't got time to put on the lighting and all that jazz. So let's get into it. So, as you all know, Jaime Foxx has been in the hospital for over a month. It doesn't look too good according to reports. The family are preparing for the worst. Now, I wish the family the best, and I hope for a miracle. I hope that he recovers. I have always liked Jamie Foxx's work. I think he is funny, but his personal life leaves a lot to be desired. So this video is not specifically about Jamie Foxx, but he has basically inspired me to finally jump into this conversation. So there's a quote that I want to share with you ladies, and I'm going to read it to you, and this is a quote that comes directly from Jaime Foxx, all right? But before I do this, ladies, please subscribe to my channel. Please turn on the notification and hit the link in my description. Come follow me on Instagram if you would like to have access to content based on hypergamy and leveling up your social status. Come join my Patreon. Okay, the link is in the description, and I hope that you come and you join our community outside of YouTube, because we have a thriving community and the women are growing and thriving. All right, so let's get into this quote. Jaime Foxx on the idea of traditional marriage. I didn't think that was for me. I just don't think I'm the marrying type, he reflects. At least not for now. Maybe in a few decades when I'm in a wheelchair and I need somebody to push me around and change my diaper. Fox, 53, has two daughters, Corinne Foxx, 27, whom he had with his ex-girlfriend Connie Klein, and Annalise Bishop, 12, whom he shares with ex-Christine Grenier. So there you have it. This is how Jaime Foxx feels about marriage, and I just think it's so interesting that a lot of men have this this view on marriage, but they are okay with having children. To me, I feel like that's very toxic. Let's just get into the meat of this conversation. All right, so we read this, and what stood out to me the most in that quote is the fact that he said that he is going to consider marriage when he's in a wheelchair and needs someone to push him around and change his diaper. So it, again, like a lot of people say that men are looking for nursemaids, they're looking for maids, they're looking for service, etc. They're not really looking for love or a fulfilling relationship with women. And even though that is true, that is not the case for all men, but it's definitely the case for men like Jaime Foxx. And you would see these men in their 50s, late 50s and 60s, finally getting married because their health is declining, their dick doesn't work anymore. We've all seen it. They wait until they are way past their prime and they finally decide that they want to get married. In many instances, they typically marry someone that is very, very young. Well, usually 15 to 20 years younger and more. And what I wanted to talk about today is the Eternal Bachelor. And, someone recommended this someone recommended this topic to me. Thank you, Tara, for that topic. Shout out to Tara. Ladies, if you are interested in social climbing, she does have a beginner course, and I'm going to link it in the description. It's very affordable, ladies. Invest in yourself, all right? But anyways, moving on. Let's talk about the Eternal Bachelor. Now, the thing is, for most women wouldn't know an Eternal Bachelor if they do not know what to look for. And, these men always look good on paper. They are successful. They're making six figures. They live in a good area. Maybe they live in a nice apartment that has like a concierge or something like that. Like, these men literally look good on paper. They look like a catch. to the eyes of most women. So these men do not have a shortage of women. They always have access to multiple women, and they are quite happy living like that. And again, I don't have any problem with that. My issue is when these men decide to waste a woman's time, and when these men decide to have children out of wedlock, because I don't know what's going to happen to Jamie Foxx's children, because he did not marry those baby mamas. So I just hope that he left something for his daughters in his will. Let's just hope that, okay? But yes, let's go back to the Eternal Bachelor. Ladies, an Eternal Bachelor will always look good on paper, but you have to pay attention to certain red flags. Number one, if a man is in his 40s, proceed with caution. I'm not necessarily saying that, oh yeah, this is a red flag, there's no way he's going to get married or whatever. Because sometimes some men do get married in their 40s. However, if you're dating a man in his 40s who has never been married, proceed with caution. If you're dating a man that is in his 50s and 60s and has never been married, red flag. Please do not take this man seriously, because this man went through his entire life wasting women's time. Usually when you ask them how their relationship ended, they don't know. They can't give you a definitive answer. They're different from the narcissist, because the narcissist will literally talk about how they are the victim and their ex was crazy. But, usually with the Eternal Bachelor, you never really get a straight answer when you ask, like, why was your last relationship, why your last relationship ended? Why can't I say relationship? Y'all, anyways. And they will give you like a vague answer, or if you dig deep enough, they might admit that she wanted marriage and they couldn't provide that need for her. This happens more often than you think. So pay attention to the Eternal Bachelor. They also have very expensive vices and hobbies. Like this man doesn't have any interest in leaving a legacy, creating a legacy and starting a family, etc. Like he may have, they usually have expensive hobbies and vices that takes a lot of their money and time, I guess. Maybe he has a car addiction. Maybe he likes to collect luxury cars, sports cars, or he only drives sports cars. That's another indicator that you're dealing with an Eternal Bachelor. So pay attention to the type of car he's driving, pay attention to his lifestyle. This guy doesn't really have a decent network, in the sense that he doesn't have friends that are married, or he doesn't have friends that are in relationship. You may be dating him and you will never meet his friends at all. If you invite him to an event where he can meet your friends or family or even co-workers, he makes excuses, and he tells you that he can't make it. Another sign is that he ghosts you. He will literally disappear, and then he will show up again and treat you like the world after he has ghosted you. These are some signs that you're dealing with an Eternal Bachelor. Again, an Eternal Bachelor is someone that has absolutely no interest in marriage. They will waste your time, girl. They are going to waste your precious time. Make no mistake. Okay? Now, take into consideration, the Eternal Bachelor is not afraid of long-term relationship, because many cases they will enter a long-term relationship with a woman that they really like, but again, marriage is off the table. As you can see by Jimmy Fox, I think he was in a relationship with Katy Perry for about 6 years. Not Katy Perry, you're Katie Holmes. Katie Holmes. Yeah, they were dating for 6 years, I believe, but thankfully there were no children involved in that situation, and of course, he walked away single. One thing I gotta say, ladies, is when these men tell you who they are, please believe them. Please believe them, because many of us have met men that blatantly told us that they were not interested in marriage at all. I had that situation with my ex, and that is why I left, because my ex was projecting 5 years into the future, where if we're still together, maybe we'll consider marriage. And clearly this man wanted to waste my time. And I looked at him and I told him, well, as long as there is no ring on my finger, I'm still on the market. So he did not like that, obviously, but eventually I left 2 weeks later. And y'all, in 10 months, I was married to my now husband. So again, believe these men when they tell you who they are, and do not stick around thinking that they're going to change their mind. They're not going to change their minds, all right? They're not going to change their minds. It may take a miracle, and you in that miracle is what I'm is all I have to say. But please believe them. Most of these men usually tell women in words and also by their actions that they are not interested in marriage. And for some reason, women still stick around for what Lord knows, and then they turn around crying when it didn't work out. Like, goodbye. And ladies, do not under any circumstances think that you are the exception to the rule, because a lot of us, our female egos, will have us thinking that we are special. There's something special about us, and we are going to be the one that is going to change his mind, that is going to change him into the family man. Like, don't try to change a man. Like, honestly, if that's what you're doing, you are coming from a place of scarcity and lack. There are an abundance of good men out there for you to choose from. And when you don't do the inner work and you have scarcity mindset when it comes to dating and choosing a partner, this is what is going to happen. You're going to end up choosing or settling for the wrong guy, thinking that you can change them. And you cannot change an eternal bachelor. If an eternal bachelor wants to remain a bachelor, trust and believe he's going to remain a bachelor no matter what. It doesn't matter if you get pregnant. It doesn't matter if you both buy a house together. But in most cases, he's going to avoid, the smart eternal bachelor will avoid putting his name on in legal documents with someone else that they don't intend to marry. But again, there are so many nuances, and there are no limits to how far a man would go to waste your time. Like, literally absolutely no limits. They don't care. We are not about to be nobody's nurse, okay? Because if he's a smart guy, he would make sure that he has good insurance, pension fund, so that he can pay someone to take care of him, and he can continue to go on living his bachelor life in his old age. But of course, he's not going to do that. They are not going to do that, because these men need female attention constantly. And when they're old and unattractive and they can't pull women anymore, then all of a sudden they want to get married. All right? Do not fall into this trap, ladies. And again, if you want to get married, ladies, only entertain men that are marriage minded. Do not try to change an eternal bachelor. You are wasting your precious time. I do not know why you all do this to yourselves. Stop it now. Just stop. So, this is my thoughts on this topic. And again, I'm hoping for the best for Jaime Foxx and his family. And this situation is very sad. And I'm not going to sit up here and, and bash him and talk about, like, I don't want to have these conversations that are happening right now where people are saying that, oh, he is dying alone and his preferences are nowhere to be seen. Nobody cares, okay? Like, honestly, if you care about that, you have some work to do. But anyways, ladies, I'll see you all in another video, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.